Hey guys, Steven here, Fanatic Perspective. We got the Unfiltered Longhorn Talk crew in here, Chris and Vashawn. The brothers hit me up yesterday. They actually hit the bat signal. That's when I knew it was serious. And they said, "Look, we got to come on right away and try to sort this out." So this is I want to get their unfiltered thoughts. I want to have this space be where we, obviously the aftermath of the Georgia game, want to, get y'all's perspective on that, get your perspective on some of the things that Steve Sarkisian shared today in the press conference, some of the noise around the program. A lot of people saying a lot of different things. We have 2 games left in the season. However you want to look at approaching these games, kind of somewhat floating around the mix. I think we just looked it up.
Look at approaching these games.
I'm hearing myself. Right now we're 17th now in the AP poll. We'll see what the playoff rankings look like tomorrow, but quite frankly, we have a lot of work to do as a program to start to rebuild how we look like for 60 minutes of football and playing consistent football and actually scoring in the fourth quarter again and stopping other people from scoring in the fourth quarter before we even talk about playoffs. That's just my opinion, but I'm going to pass it to Vashawn first. Vashawn, I'll start with you, man. Just now, 36 hours removed, however many hours it's been, 48 hours removed almost from the Georgia game. Where's your head at with what you saw on the football field from this team?
Man, it's the only word I can come up with, man, is humbling. Where I thought this team was at, I realized that Saturday night we wasn't. And I kept thinking to myself, man, I said, man, we're gonna come back. We're gonna come back. And they just kept pulling away. And Steve, it just, it's so many thoughts and so many words in my mind to describe that game. But the one thing I can say is this. I'm a man that's big on facts, man. I can voice my opinion and I can go down hypotheticals. But a fact is, when Sark faces a team with equal or better talent, he struggles. He struggles against the teams that have dudes across the field from him. And a lot of guys saw guys, hey, he got out coached. Some guys say he didn't get out coached. Whatever the case it may be, guys, when they have equal talent or better talent, he struggles to beat them. And that's a fact. Well, he beat a top 10 Vandy team. He had better talent than Vanderbilt. Look at the star rankings. He had better talent than Vanderbilt. Well, he beat a top 10 Oklahoma team. Oklahoma fell off the last couple of years. Look at the talent gap that Oklahoma and Texas had. Matter of fact, Oklahoma's winning with lesser talent than Texas. But the point, like I say, man, when another team lines up and they got pretty much equal or better, that's what I've been seeing since he's been on the 40 acres. And we shot ourselves in the foot too. Don't get it twisted, Steve. A lot of shooting ourselves in the foot, a lot of drop passes. Guys, is one team that got more penalty yards than us. I think out of 136 teams, we're 135. Or if the penalties a game, something like that, this crazy stat. That's crazy. That's an undisciplined team, guys. I don't want to make excuses for an undisciplined team. And I'm not going to make excuses because that's something you can control. That's something that coaches can control. Undisciplined is not an excuse. Well, we just, we got out muscle. Dude, we We simply are just an undisciplined. It is over, and it has been like that for a while. It's not just this year.
Mm-mm.
I'm just
It's
tired of
not
making
covered up
excuses.
anymore, though.
It's not covered up. Exactly. It's not covered up anymore, guys, because yes, we won the Big 12. Yes, we went to the SEC championship. But like I said, when you got guys, I'm just going to put myself, Steve, if I'm a coach and I got more talent than everybody, pretty much, yeah, I should win 70, 80% of my games. But then when I face another guy that got some talent just like me across from the field, I'm going to have to rely on me out coaching him, my team, playing harder than him, playing better than him, whatever the case it may be. And to me, Steve, that's the tale of the tape. That's what we're seeing, man, in these big games. Watch when the talent is equal or better. And of course, these penalties.
I want to clarify. You're cooking right now. I just want to clarify something because I know what you're saying, but I want to translate this to some people that are asking some questions here. When Bashan is saying the talent is equal, he's not just talking physicality. He is talking about everything. Okay.
Yes.
Texas, in some cases, has matched physicality with some of these other teams, and in some cases, they haven't. It just depends. But in terms of 60 minutes having to be locked in, when you're more talented than somebody else, you can get away with a bunch of crap. You can take PTO in the middle of the game. You can get off to some really bad starts. You can screw up goal line. There's way more margin. What Vashana is saying is when it is athlete, like when there's no more of that difference, and it really comes down to who is more prepared, who has more, of that fight, and all these things, right? All of it matters. But what he's saying is it's not just physicality, yes, is a part of it with the talent and speed and all, and we can get into that because there's certain areas of this team that were misevaluated, and I do think we have talent gaps if we want to be real with ourselves. I think some people are still lying to themselves about our dudes versus how our guys look versus how some other guys look. But in totality, in terms of the entire roster, like you're talking about with the composite star ratings and whatnot, when things are equivalent, we struggle to win these games. We struggle with these margins, and that's exactly what Vashan is mentioning. I just wanted to help because some people are not picking up what you're putting down there. And
I got you. And I appreciate that. Thank you, man. Yeah, guys, It's not about, again, man, we're gonna have to, and look, I agree. I saw some things too, guys. The head coach is responsible for his staff that he hires. He's responsible to filter down the information to his assistant coaches, his position coaches, so they can go out there and coach their players better, whatever the case it may be. I just don't want to make excuses for an undisciplined team. And I'm not saying that's the reason we lost. Please don't get that either. I'm just saying that adds to it. That adds to it. And I just keep saying the same thing over and over again. I just tip my cat. I mean, Kirby called a masterful game. I mean, that was ingenious to call that onside kick at that time of the game. They just went on a long drive. I think that was the fourth down. They converted to 4th and 1. Matter of fact, didn't we help them convert going off sides?
Yeah, on the 4th
Did
and 5,
Colin
we
Simmons
did.
bounce off sides and help them convert? See what I'm saying, guys? Stuff like that. You're not gonna win championship or big games doing stuff like that. And they went down, they scored, and I don't know how much time they took off the clock. I know our defense was tired because that was a pretty long drive. Then they turn around, Kirby realizing the situation. Because I think Texas has finally just scored a touchdown. And he's like, you know what? Let's kick an onside kick. Keep the ball again. And once they got it, hey, man, our defense already tired. They just got off the field. They just got off the field. And you just started seeing them wearing down and wearing down and wearing down. And they just started getting big chunks. Then it was pretty much a wrap then. And Sark kind of abandoned the run, guys. I don't know. We had 9 Steve Simp. The first drive was masterful. We was averaging, I think, 5 yards a carry. I know that Wisner finished with 4.1, but that was also, I think it was one of the carries. Stubby got hit behind the line of scrimmage, so that kind of hurt. But we was running the ball pretty good. But 9 carries, Steve, at a 10-14 game, that's ridiculous. Baxter had 1 carry. That was the first down on the 4th down run.
Yeah, from the fullback position, which was a good.
Yeah, from the fullback position.
That was a good play. And you know what? I want to. I'm going to get back to you, Vashon. I want to get the
No,
super
you
chat.
good, brother.
I don't want to get to Chris. So, Danny, thank you for the super chat. No, I did not hear any accountability from the coach today, personally. I heard the same old, and I heard him be defensive. I heard him get emotional, and I heard him give childish answers when it regards to the penalties. That really pissed me off as a fan, and it was disrespectful to this fan base, I thought, to sit up here and answer that penalty question the way he answered it. Your team is 135th in the country in penalties. There's only 136 teams. That is on you as a head coach to fix that with your staff. Technique is off. When guys get beat, they reach. They panic and reach. They do it over and over. It's been a problem for God knows how long. I am sick and tired of looking at a replay, and it's everybody. It's not just one person. People want to isolate Warren Roberson, that's fine. But Jeff Banks keeps putting his ass out there. So I'm sorry, it's beyond it. Whether we're trying to kick to somebody or receive a kick, we're getting penalized. If we're on defense, you know why Colin Simmons jumped off sides? Because after that 3rd down, Georgia immediately lined up on the ball, and we had no play in, and we were in that NASCAR package. I love the package. It's sexy, but there were 7 DBs on the field. And he's looking at the sideline, and they're freaking out because we had no plan for if they went hurry up in that scenario. And we didn't think to call a timeout. We didn't think to say, hey, they don't even have a call in. So yeah, the kid jumped. I'm not blaming him for that. I'm sorry. They had nothing. Both 4th downs, Georgia was on the ball. That is coaching. I'm sorry to get upset again, but I'm not it's coaching, man. Those kids, Georgia was on the ball, all 11 guys ready to snap. As soon they knew we are going to score on this drive, and we are turning up the heat on these dudes. And we're in shock at that. But we're all texting each other saying, as soon as Ryan Wingo scored, we're all communicating, and we're like, this is where Kirby's going to try to come for us.
Mm-hmm.
We all said it.
Yeah.
Why the hell doesn't the coach know that? Why does he have a surprised look on his face that Georgia's all of a sudden running tempo? We all said, yo, this is the moment of the game, because what did I talk about all week, y'all? Moments. Look, at that point, once it was 14-10, it became a completely different football game. Because once you got pulled up on Kirby's bumper, a scared person is going to start doing what? They're going to be dramatic, and they're going to realize, hey, I got to do something to get these dudes out of here. And so for me, Danny, thank you for the super chat. He did not take accountability. I did not hear that wasn't leadership today. And Sark has been better. He's been better than that. I know he's a better coach than that. I know, but there's a lot of stuff going on right now behind the scenes that is leading to some of the frustrations that he's saying on camera. And I'll leave it at that for now. Chris, go ahead, man. Where are you at with this?
I'll tell you what, Saturday, excuse me, sorry about that. Saturday, in my opinion, was a microcosm of everything that we've seen this year with this season. I think the offensive line was a little better than it was earlier on. I think Saturday, Sark went into 4th quarter Mississippi State mode a little bit too early by giving up on the run. I didn't get a chance to see the game until I finally got a chance to see it, the rewatch. I've seen it a couple times now. I was actually working at the time, and I'm glad I didn't have to see that live because I wouldn't have been in a good mood. But in my opinion, this game honestly was lost in the offseason. guys. And I mean, literally the offseason. Like this, Vashawn had this as a loss. I think Steve had this as a loss, but it was lost in the offseason. I'm gonna tell you why, man. I've said this before and I'll say it again. This coaching staff, it seems like I remember in 2023, the last year in the Big 12, everybody seemed really humble. Everybody seemed ready to do whatever they could for this team. You know, we brought in the assistant special teams coach, who was kind of a quote unquote assistant head coach for Sark too. You know, and then I look at it now, and I look at our coaching staff. We have coaches that are coaching two positions that are responsible for too many things. You know, so for instance, Mr. Banks, I'm coming for you, sir. You were a special teams coach and you're a tight ends coach. I hate to say it, but our tight end room is cheeks. It's horrible. You made your living on Tom Herman recruits. Now that Sanders and now that Helm is gone, what you gonna do for me? We brought in 5-star, 4.5-star Nick Townsend. Jordan Washington, you've had him for a couple of years. You got Jack Andrews. What are you doing, man? Like, what is it? The special teams room has probably cost us in games this year. And we had a block punt against Florida early on in the year. It took 4 or 5 games for you to teach Ryan Niblett how to go up and actually field the ball so we don't lose field position. But you're coaching two positions that are struggling. Kyle Flood, you're coaching offensive line and you're a co-OC. All right. I don't mind, an offensive line coach being involved, being named co-OC is probably not that big of a deal because we want your opinion on the evaluation of the week when you're getting ready for the other team because you know what your offensive lineman can do. But I mean, again, you have too much on your plate. And last but not least, Coach Sark, the only coach I've ever seen be able to do what you're trying to do right now is a Hall of Fame coach, and that's Bill Parcells. That guy is the only coach I've ever seen coach plays on offense and on defense at times, but I've seen him do it on offense too. It's just, it's not working. It's not working. And then we're talking about recruiting and getting the right guys in. If you guys got a killer tight ends coach, a young guy that can recruit, there is who besides Jeff Banks, and then he can recruit. But I mean, he's not coaching good right now. Who's the master recruiter on this team right now? Take Sark out. Who's the master recruiter on this team? You don't have one. You don't have one. And I'm just fed up with this. You got guys taking on too many roles. The only room that looks halfway decent is Nanson's room. He's coaching by himself. That secondary's horrible. I've never seen anything like this. I mean, wow. I mean, I'm speechless compared to how we were thinking 2 weeks ago, and we knew that this was a possibility. I didn't think it was going to be this bad. I didn't think it was going to be this unprepared. But going back to the offseason on what they didn't do and how they weren't prepared, and how everybody just kind of came in and oh, I can do this. They're living off what they've done the last 2 years. Man, like you said in the past, Steve, Kirby and them, those guys come off a national championship. Then the next year they win it and they're like, man, we felt like we got disrespected. Those guys are hungry. Those guys are being taught. They're just different. Our coaches are just coming in there. Oh, see what we did last year? See what we did the year before? We're just going to do it again. Man, there's no hunger. There's no fight. There's no nothing. I mean, you can tell that there's no fight because like Vashawn said, when you're 134th out of 135 teams in penalties, there's no discipline. I mean, there's no accountability. It's just so frustrating. I mean, I'm speechless. I mean, I don't even know what to say. That was embarrassing. Having to rewatch a game that you already knew the outcome to twice. I mean, that's even more discouraging, I think, than watching it live. I don't know.
Let me get to some of these super chats real quick, and then I'll
Okay.
go back to you, Vashawn. Quentin, thank you for the $5, brother. I appreciate you as always, and you just always showing up for us here, man. So we really, really do appreciate it. Sark doesn't have it in him to step on his friend's necks. Up 18, Sark wouldn't have scored again. No, I agree. I wish I'd love to be in that position, but I mean, look how Kirby talks, right? I do believe that they are really close. And it's not even I believe that we know that they're close, but Kirby, I mean, he's continuing to send shots at Texas because he's playing the game 24/7, 365.
Yeah.
Kirby, this game was bigger than just November 15th. This game was about Arch Manning. This game was about Tyler Atkinson. This game was about Justice Terry,
Yes.
right? And sending a message, right? Because Kirby made it very clear. I wanted all those guys. And he said nothing but positive commentary about all those guys, right? But at the end of the day, like, this is a competition, this is a sport, and literally a dog eat dog world, right? And Sark is on my bumper in recruiting. I got to send a message. Sark gets in my bumper in the game. I got to send a message. And until Sark understands that there's levels to this. This isn't, especially in college. One other comment I want to add before I get to Vashawn is, you talked about, Chris, you just mentioned about like Parcells and some of the guys that had success calling plays, right? And being a coach and all those things. And Clint Barrows, thank you for the super chat as well. I've thought about this weekend. I think it's actually easier, believe it or not, to do it at the pro level than it is in college, for the simple fact that you have players that are just so much more serious. They understand. They've been in some of these guys have played in all the different offenses. They can get an install in just weeks, right, and be full go. We have players on the bench that are very, very talented that can't play because they can't pick up the playbook and play at the right speed without making mistakes that will just they would make Arch look really bad, right? If some of them were out there. That's how it's that difficult. Like, college is so much more of a developmental game.
Yeah.
Right? Where you got to be coaching these guys constantly. You got to be on them constantly. The pro game is so much more chess. We're going at, and so if Sark wants to be at that, then maybe we need to start having that conversation. I know some of those conversations probably already started, because it is not the same thing. I'm sorry. That's why half of the NFL coaches now are play callers. They can do that because of the people you're working with.
Mm-hmm.
In college, I'm sorry, I need you to be on that tight end, bro, because he's probably going to get in the game and not do it exactly what you want him to do, the way an NFL tight end will do it. Yeah, it's the little things, but the little things keep getting us beat, and we act like it doesn't matter. And so, I just want to say that. But Clint Barrows, thank you for this. We will get to some of the coaching stuff in a little bit, so just hang it with us, because it's out there. We got to talk about it. But Vashawn, go ahead.
It's out there.
With your thought.
Oh, so we're still talking about the game?
Yeah.
Okay.
Whenever y'all are done, y'all
okay,
get
I got
out everything you need to get out before we move forward here.
Yeah. Again, sign of a poorly coached team is lack of communication, like you just rightly stated. The secondary is horrible. I think if I'm not last, we might be 90th or 100th against passing yards allowed. Secondary is horrible, and I was really hoping that Tab Daddy coming back would sure it up, but guys, it's not getting any better. Going forward, it's not going to get any better.
Cut you off. I don't want to cut you off, Rashawn.
No, you good.
But you actually you're protecting Taff a little bit.
I know.
Guys, according to Pro Football Focus, Michael Taff was our worst graded player on Saturday.
He was bad. He was bad.
Of both offense and defense.
Yeah, he was bad, bro. He was bad. He was the one that blew the coverage at the end down there, guys. It was a man-to-man call. It was
a man-to-man call out of what? Out of quarters.
Out of the quarters, that's right.
And we screwed it up again, guys. But it was now, instead of Jalen Gilbo and Derek Williams, it was Michael Taff and Jalen Gilbo. Times they did the same thing where they're trying to guess the out.
Yeah.
Are they... Anyway, the reason why it turns into man, though, is because they're pattern matching, and so the alignment you're taking each man. But what did Georgia do? They did a switch release just like Vanderbilt did. just to mess up the comms. But the switch release didn't affect where they were originally lined up. They just did that to see what Texas would do. And it's smart on Mike Bobo's part. Let me see if y'all fixed that little comms thing you had there with Eli Stowers where you released them. Let's just do it with London Humphreys. Oh, they screwed it up again with a different safety in there.
Yeah.
So anyway, go ahead.
It's been this all year. Steve, I don't even know going forward because now, Arkansas has a pretty bad defense, but they can throw it around.
And they're explosive.
And they're very explosive. We know A&M can. We saw what they did in one half and one quarter. So, guys, we're going to have to fight, claw, and scratch until get to 9-3. But just getting back to the game, secondary. Another thing shocked me, Steve and Simp, is we really didn't get to Stockton that well. I thought that would make a difference. I think what did we ended up with? 2 sacks? I know Ty Anthony got one. I think we chased him out, and then maybe Colin Simmons got one.
I think Colin caught him he had
that was fake. Yeah,
it was a busted play. Yeah,
busted play or something like that. But man, I don't know, bro. But like I say, it was humbling. Guys, and look, I did have us. We was like, yeah, we probably gonna lose this game, but we didn't think we was gonna get manhandled. We didn't think we was gonna come out of there with 2 black eyes and both of them swole up, can't see. Man, we got beat up in Georgia, and we couldn't. And we, I mean,
Marlon said the flats are still open, bruh. They're just getting rhythm throws. I don't look, y'all. I've argued with so many of you guys. Quentin, you too. I know you give me some dollars, but I'm calling you out because you told me the secondary wasn't that bad. They just ain't tackling well. My brother in Christ. My brother in Christ. Did you watch? I told you this because we see it every week. I'm like, you're going to give up rhythm throws to let a quarterback to get comfortable. We don't do anything to just disrupt somebody off the start of the game. We just allow them to get comfortable. And you're seeing dudes playing 10. It was so bad that ESPN literally showed the graphic like it was like a home remodeling show of how far away our DBs were from their receivers at the line of scrimmage before the ball was snapped and the concession of yardage. Okay. We're playing, it's 3rd and 10, one of the early third downs. Dylan Bell's out route on, I think it was on Gilbo's side. It was either Gilbo or Manny's side. I don't remember which one. But y'all remember
you're talking about the third and 11. That was Manny's side. I think it was 3rd and 8 or 3rd. It was a third down.
It was 3rd and I think 10 maybe or something like that. I mean,
number 86. 86
yeah, Dylan,
out route.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Dylan Bell.
Yeah, that was Manny on that one. That was Manny.
We
gave
just
up the first down. Yeah.
Like we're that everybody. So you're telling me every DB is that afraid to get beat vertically that we just can't compete? We can't.
Quinn say I concede. We cheeks.
All right, I didn't mean to call you out like that. I appreciate it. I appreciate you taking accountability. Quinn's taking more accountability today than the head coach of the program.
Absolutely.
Hey, Quinn, it takes a big man. Big up to you, brother. Take a man a minute, man. Hey, Quinn, I was with you, brother. I'm with you. So
it's so. What happened to the sticky man coverage Sark was talking about all offseason? Marlon, you tell me, brother. Well, what happens is people don't have confidence right now.
Yeah.
That's why they're playing so far off.
Yeah.
If you're confident, you come up, especially like Georgia was really good about when they decided to roll into their 2-man. They didn't just sit in it the whole game. They were jumping in and out of it. But whenever they really, really wanted to roll to 2-man, they have guys that can at least come up and play man coverage confidently. Dalen Averett can do it confidently. Ellis Robinson, the 5th or the 4th, whatever version of Ellis Robinson that is, number one on Georgia, the other corner. He can come up and play like whenever they need to. They can come up and do those things. Okay, but it's frustrating to see all of the talent in that room and how well these guys played last season. I understand Barron's not there. I understand Makuba's in the NFL, but I mean, a lot of these guys were on the team last year. It's not like they just, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
Caleb Williams, like we have a lot of people that played football. Like and now like Manny, I don't know. I'm here fishing like Cade Phillips, like no, like it's just difficult just to get them to come up and say, "Hey, I'm gonna challenge this guy. I don't care if he runs by me, he runs by me." But I'm tired of giving up slants and death by 1,000 paper cuts here, guys. The flat, like y'all said, the flats are open 24/7. How many times we got to see
24.
Gunner Stockton do bootleg to the tight end who gets a free release and like into the flats? Like we're getting killed with this, and I don't know. I mean, I will stop blasting them so much though, because to me at least I saw adjustments being made to clean stuff up. Although Kieran, when I was talking to Kieran yesterday, he did make a good point about Mike Bobo kind of got a little conservative in the middle of the game and just started running the rock. And then when Kirby got mad and we got to have it drive, all of a sudden they started throwing again and we were in trouble. So some of that was
that's how you
also
beat Texas. That's how you beat it. Throw the ball. I mean, I'm like, man, just throw the ball. They can't stop you. They're gonna give you 7-8 yards.
Like when Georgia was in the red zone, they tried to run the ball up the middle. I'm like, that's what you don't do versus Texas.
That's what you don't do. No.
We got that on lock. We can do that all day long. Yeah. But the moment they popped that, then they got their mind back and they were like, oh yeah, we have 6'6" Noah Thomas that can run routes in the red zone. Like, what are we doing?
We can run a little motion. They're going to get confused. Gilbo's going to slide all the way over to the inside. Yeah.
John Wayne, by the way, thank you for the super. Let's get to some of these super chats and we keep moving. John Wayne, thank you for that super chat. You're absolutely right. It is coaching. In regards to, I actually want to address this real quick because I touched on it with the NFL comment. Shout out to Michelle. You peeped what I'm saying too. But going more detail into the coaching thing when it comes to guys not being able to pick up stuff, my head coach also believes he's a genius. And so he's only going to run his complicated ass system sometimes. Not even complicated, but there's a lot of nuance. It's a lot of rules in the offense. It's a dope offense. I love it. That's why he's here. However, he does not believe in playing athlete ball. And Kirby Smart and Georgia believe when things are going too quick, play athlete ball. They fundamentally have a difference of philosophy because Sark thinks it's cheap. Sark thinks that's why people ask me all the time, how come we don't ever throw fades? How come we don't just like flex out a big guy and just throw it up to him? But yet Georgia does that repeatedly. Whenever they get in trouble, they're like, we have better athletes than you. Okay? We don't need scheme. Noah Thomas is not winning out there on scheme. He's big. Just go jump over the freaking 6'1" corner over there, okay? Like, that's all I need you to do, and just do it fast. You did that in high school. I'm not asking you to change anything, okay? I'm just asking you to be an athlete right now. Not every play needs to be rocket science. Sometimes you just got to play fast and get the matchup. You have a 5'10" corner on you. I don't need you to run the best route in the world. Box his ass out and be a big man. Like, we don't believe in this, by the way. Because you don't see it in our offense. We try to outsmart everybody.
Real quick, we had JT Sanders, who was known for that in high school. I don't remember seeing that. If he threw one or two.
We ran one fade. I love telling people this one. We ran one fade that I remember distinctly. And it was in the first Alabama game in 2022 at home. And he actually drew a pass interference on Kool-Aid McKinstry, who's starting in the league right now.
That's right. Yeah.
That was the last time I saw us try to throw a back shoulder or a fade to a big, like a basketball player. It's the last time I saw
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Anyway. D Money can't get money. Thank you for the super chat. The undisciplined nature of this team under Sark has always lost its big games. I don't know if anyone is keeping track of the critical errors in these big games, but it is getting more apparent the last few years. No, I mean thank you for this, but I mean we are tracking through the venting, but we are definitely tracking, and I just it's frustrating. It's frustrating. Matthew Miller. So this. I want to get y'all's take on this super chat. And guys, I'm going to get to them. We appreciate all the love coming through. Matthew Miller, thank you for it. Sark has to give up OC. And in sitting here at Texas, we have been ranked in the top 10 once, combined in points per game, third down percentage, red zone scoring, fourth down percentage, yards per game, yards per play, yards per attempt, rushing yards per attempt, total pass yards, and total rush. Man, he went through the whole gambit on
Wow.
offense. I'm gonna give my 2 cents. We'll answer these quick. I'm gonna give my 2 cents and then y'all go. I've thought long and hard about this. The problem is, if he's not calling plays, he won't be here.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say what this is just what I think. If he's not gonna call plays, he's gonna go call plays in the NFL. That man loves it too much. And I honestly, I respect somebody that knows what they want, and that's what he loves to do. He finds joy in calling plays. I know a lot of people reference the Mac Brown Stampede podcast. Shout out to Mac Brown, Vince Young, Bob Ballou, all those guys. And Mac Brown said, "Hey, as you get older, you give away the typically that's what happens."
Mm-hmm.
Sark is not typically he's a stubborn genius, and I do believe, and it sucks. I agree, Matthew. That's the next part I'm getting to. It sucks because I think he'd be a hell of a CEO. I really do. Even if he made Milwee the play caller, like start with Milwee. That's been the guy you've been grooming for how many years?
Yes.
Let's see Milwee's perspective of your offense. And you like my boy told me, man, my boy Austin, he was like, yo, when you watch Kirby's defense, yeah, Glenn Schumann's calling the defense, but it's got Kirby's fingerprints on the defense. It's not deep. You don't have to be involved in every single play call because Kirby is locked in on the game. Like, so, what, Vashon, you want to go first on this one? Because this is a really good
No, I'm gonna let Simp. Oh, okay. I know. Simp, you got it?
Yeah, you go ahead. You go ahead.
Okay, you talk now. What are we talking about? We're talking about this. The
Do you
Sark
believe?
situation.
Not this for this super chat here. Do you
Mm-hmm.
believe that he should give
Oh,
up the play calling duties and hire a new OC, or do you think he should remain calling plays? And why?
yeah. He need to give it up. If he, my boy, Cash, stay on this. Him and Carlos. They brought up some numbers to me a while back, and I think everybody know the numbers, man. It was only been 3 coaches that won national championships in the last 30 years, maybe. Spurrier, the coach from Nebraska, and of course Jimbo Fisher. And man, that's it's just too much on your plate, especially today with NIL, transfer portal, all of that stuff, man. And I like what somebody else said, Woodcrest. You can't see the entire game. That's when you lose it because you're over there with your head down in the play sheet. You can't afford to be watching everything that's going on. But yeah, just to simply put it, man, Sark was a national championship calling OC, record-setting OC at Alabama in 2020. Let me ask you guys this question. From 2020 to 2025, y'all know how much film is out there on Sark? Y'all know how much film is out there on his tendencies? That's all that DCs and they hire support staff. That's all they do. Kirby just knows Sark's tendencies, guys. That's why he got his number. It's not that Sark's a bad play caller. It's just everybody knows his tendencies. Guys, you cannot. Lincoln Riley, well, he's kind of reinventing himself a little bit this year, but all of them go through this stuff. Eventually, everybody's going to find out your offense unless you're re-evolving every year, learning, growing, adding to your playbook, doing new stuff, changing up your tendencies. And that's what you're supposed to have a support staff for. They're supposed to come to you and say, hey, coach, you kind of doing this and doing this and doing this and doing that. And then he wants to be a 12 personnel team. Dude, you don't have the 12 personnel tight ends.
Mm-mm.
I'm watching you trying to, like, you want to make, you're actually hurting your team trying to play in a box. I know you're trying to overpower people and then have the receiving threats of tight ends, but my boy, look, man, my boy, Simp, I like to call him Jordan, but they just not there. So anyway, man, yes, simply put, yes, he needs an OC. And he needs a good one. Mill, we can call plays. Somebody else that can break the tendencies of Sark and give these defensive coordinators something else to prepare for. Because clearly everybody knows what Sark wants to do. And he gets caught up in the game. He forgets to run the ball because he might be not maybe paying attention. I don't know why he forgets to run the ball, but yes, man, and I don't know. And I agree with you, Steve. If he don't give up play calling, he probably is going to be gone. I'll say that. That's my hashtag, mutual agreement.
Hashtag mutual. No, seriously.
Yeah.
He's not here to. The guy got. Did you guys see? Go watch that. There's a reason why I tweeted the Urban Meyer interview before the game.
Yeah.
And Urban was saying, "Oh man, what's changed the last few weeks with your offense and blah blah blah." And Sark made that snide comment. He was like, "I guess whoever calls the plays has his guys back, and he can do what he wants to do now." And he's talking about himself, y'all.
Never
man,
accountability. Never.
That man loves to do that. Like that's not. It's not gonna change. So. It's either and that's what's so frustrating is that Ryan Day finally bit the bullet. And again, it's not that Ryan Day is still very involved in helping Brian Hartline, right? He probably is in his ear. Like no one's saying you're got to be completely divorced from doing that, right? Marlon made a point earlier. I know what you're talking about, Marlon. You talk about Marlon believes that Kirby even gets involved with play calling on a situational basis. But for the most part, we know it's Glenn Schumann in terms of, the normal stuff. But didn't the head coach tell you that he got the job because he was a great coordinator? Y'all remember that in the presser a couple weeks ago? He's like, I was a great coordinator. That's why I got hired at Texas. You're not getting paid to be a coordinator, sir. You're getting paid to run the University of Texas football program. All of it. Right? And so would we be turned like this, though, if we were hitting some of those metrics that Matt Miller was talking about? Probably not. We'd probably win more games, but we wouldn't be turned like that. But here's the problem. You haven't had a special offense at Texas. You've had very good offenses, but we haven't had no offense near. When I say a special offense, y'all know what a special offense looks like. 2020 Bama, 2019 LSU, 2008 OU, 2005 Texas, 2008 Texas Tech. Like those like when we say special offense, because they don't come around every year. Just because you lead the nation in offense that year doesn't mean you were special. Y'all know
That's right.
But we haven't had a special, we've had very good offenses, but we've trended downwards.
Mm-hmm.
We have been trending downwards since 2023. And we have not been an explosive, big play. The offense that still looks the most like the Bama offense was 2021 with Casey Thompson. That's still the offense that at least looks the most like it did with Mac Jones and Tua.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, if you're not special and you're getting hemmed up in big games and you have problems, and now you don't have a running back. Not that you don't have a running. Let me not say that because that's disrespectful to Trey Wisner.
You don't have
But
a running game.
you don't have a running game, and you don't have. I mean, this is a program like because Trey ran for 1,000 last year, and he's still a good back, but that's not enough, right? And I wonder what happened to the other guys. Like, are they just not being considered anymore? I mean, it's a lot to think of. But David
You know what's
Vaughn.
funny is
Oh, go ahead.
if you
David Vaughn is here for you. This one's for you, Chris.
Oh yeah, man! Saturday, so I bartended at the American Airlines Center, and we had one of the original hockey teams in, whatever I guess they call them the original six, and it was Philly. And everybody's watching Texas game at the breaks, and I got Philly fans in my face, and I got people that don't know. Like we're getting destroyed. Like our bar, in fact, Vashawn, our buddy Cash was there, and he texted y'all, boy, Simp is getting killed back here. Like. I mean, it's just like if you imagine every person that goes to a bar that don't know what to do, they don't know what they want, all that is going on, and I'm about close to losing my mind, and then a gentleman comes up, he goes, "Hey man, aren't you on Fanatic Perspective talking ball with Steve and Vashawn?" And bro, after I saw David Vaughn, that made my night. I finished it. My anxiety was gone. It was just like, okay. I mean, David Vaughn, thanks a lot, brother. Man, I'm glad, man. It was good to see you. It was good to meet you, man. Anytime that you're in that arena, you come up to me, man. I'll take care of you. One of those drinks, is gonna be on me, man. But back to our offense is, man. Imagine what an offensive coordinator has to do during the week, to get ready for a team, and the time that each day that he has to spend prepping for that defense. So you mean to tell me, Sark, you're so good so good at life, so good at everything that you could get ready for Kirby Smart in 1 week on his defense, do interviews with the media, do recruiting, be a head coach, be a husband, be a father, be everything. I mean, I'm basically just telling you why Saturday looks so bad. Hire an OC. Hire an OC. The thing that scares me about him, though, is that if he brought in an OC, is it going to be him calling plays? Or is Sark going to just try to come over and take over? The one thing I will give Tom Herman credit for, man, that dude, he didn't want to be an OC when he came in here. Everybody was like, no, this is what got you hired. He knew that it would be hard. As big as an ego, as much as we insult him.
You're right. He had it halfway right, where he knew to be a CEO. The problem was he hired G5 guys to delegate it to. He did, but you're right. He did because he was like, no, I can't be the Tom Herman that people loved in 2015 that won the Natty with 3 different quarterbacks and Ezekiel Elliott and my power spread. I gotta offload that, but he offloaded it to the wrong people. So
one person I've seen in the chat, and I've said this to Vashawn and the guys in our group, I think this would be the one guy that Sark would probably give up, some power to, because he's gone and visited this guy in the offseason before, and this guy's probably not going to be long for a job. How about hiring Mike McDaniel in Miami once he's fired? Make this a coach in rehab, kind of what Saban's doing, but bring him in to call plays, and then you can see over the other. I mean, if you want to continue to be the quote unquote GM, because we know that who's Brandon, what's his name? Brandon Harris, he's not making these decisions. Those are all Sark's decisions. So if you're going to be the GM of the team, the head coach, the offensive coordinator, the psychiatrist of some of your players, I'm sure, like at least bring in an OC that you trust, that you've gone and asked for advice. If not, hey man, I appreciate what you did for Texas, but it might be time to make that move.
Homer
I mean,
said, Homer said Petrino. It's funny he said Petrino since we're playing him this week, but he said he would be Petrino would know what to do with himself in Austin, Texas, brother. You and I both know that. You and I both. He can scheme his
on that
ass off.
motorcycle.
Oh,
Them on
Petrino,
that
we gonna
motorcycle.
see this week. Petrino, because Petrino's still sharp. He still got heaters in his
Yeah.
playbook. The problem
Yeah.
is he might not show up to the game one day.
He on 6th Street
He on 6th
on
Street on a bender. Austin
on a Harley with a 24-year-old.
Wow.
But that's the type of brain we need. I agree.
Yeah.
I completely.
Hey, Austin, Texas will get you. Yes, sir.
No, that boy's outside.
Yeah.
Tucker, thank you for the super chat. I like the Mike McDaniel suggestion. I think you'd have to spend a lot of money, and like they said, a lot of NFL teams are already just lined up waiting. There's a lot of teams that are like, we would hire Mike McDaniel in a heartbeat to run our offense, right? He just can't be in charge. Like he just can't. We just know that what he's seen in Miami, he just can't be in charge of the whole team. That's not.
Yeah.
He's not going to motivate them, right? Like let him sit in a booth somewhere and be a genius, and he can do that all day long, right?
All day.
Let me see.
Oh, that's
here.
cash. No, never mind.
I'm just trying to make sure we don't miss anybody's. So we got 420 here in the chat. Make sure you hit the like button. It's free to show love, support the channel. Appreciate y'all very, very much. This is a great conversation. So we've talked about the Sark OC stuff. I think now, Arkansas finishing this season, dangerous game coming up, right? And then obviously A&M. With all the noise going on, I do think that Sark and this program has done a good job so far insulating stuff with the players. I don't think, it's been like I've watched. I think one of the silver linings for me is just overall growth with Arch Manning. He was let down by his teammates. I'm sorry, that's just my opinion. Like he came out there ready to play, and Arch wasn't always like that on the road earlier in the season. I watched him stand in his own end zone and get hit and to throw a dot to Mosley for a chunk play. Grown man stuff. And he was out there throwing dots to people, and Bama's didn't want to be great. I said Bama's like I'm in DC. People didn't want to be great at all. Like, I'm sorry, man. Like, I don't know what's up with Jordan Washington. The brother needs to take the time in the offseason to get right in his craft. How bad do you want it? How bad do you want it, man? Because that he has talent. Maybe he gained too much weight. I don't know. Because he doesn't look athletic anymore. Maybe we overdid it by making him 260 pounds.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We probably overdid it. So
he was super athletic, man, before, man. I remember, man, in that spring game, he was going up, jumping over cats and everything. He barely can move now. Like, man.
Looked like a Yancey McKnight special with all that weight he got put on, literally.
Yeah.
So, Quentin, you tell me what this path is. How's it delusional when it's only a 27% chance? How's that delusion? You're saying this stuff like you guys are, Quentin, this is the same argument I had with you about the secondary, brother. Like,
Quentin, you're taking a step back, man. Quentin,
like, I'm not saying it's impossible. Look, here should be the message. Win the next 2 games, right? Do what you got to do. Control what you can control, right? I can't control what OU does versus Missouri or what Ole Miss does against Mississippi State. I can't control those things. I can't control if Notre Dame decides to fall off or drop one. These are such winnable games for these teams. And quite frankly, I'm sorry, they've been more consistent than we are. We're over here asking people to drop games because we drop games. But here's the reality. I watched OU go on the road when everybody said they were going to lose to Tennessee, and they went and won on the road. And they barely have an offense. Have y'all watched OU? They're out here scoring with the defense.
Yep.
Both games, they have gotten touchdowns with the defense. I watched them go to Alabama when nobody said they were going to win at Alabama, and they won the game. Now, yes, is it realistic they could drop to great, but I'm not going to sit here and hold my breath for that and then say, oh, we're delusional because, I mean, come on, brother. Like, at this point, we're going to need a lot of help. That's the reality. But here's the thing. You want to make the playoffs. Do you deserve to make the playoffs? Do you have a playoff roster? Have you shown that you can win a playoff game? You guys play football for 30 to 45 minutes max. You don't play 60-minute football. Texas has not shown me. We are going to leave this season going on the road. We never once led after regulation, ever. Our only road wins were overtime games. You're going to have to go win away from home in the playoffs, especially if you get in. You're going to have to go somewhere. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying at this point I'm coaching. I want them to win. I want to beat my rivals. Yeah, I want to go 3-0 rivalry games. No brainer. But I also am thinking about next year, man. I'm thinking about the development of my players. I'm thinking about, can we get a Khalil Lockett on the field? Can we get a Jamie French on the field? Because I'm gonna keep it all the way a buck. If they can't play at all their freshman year, when I'm seeing so many young boys, I'm not saying it's a young boy game, but like at least be contributors, right?
Mm-hmm.
If they can't get on the field at all, the only one that plays at all is McCutcheon.
Yep.
At this point, right? We haven't seen Michael Terry at all. We haven't seen Lockett played like one snap in the Vanderbilt game, and that was because people were getting hurt.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just saying, bro, if none of them can play, then y'all should have dropped the bag for DeCorian Moore and said bump the rest of them. If that was the only freshman that could have played in your offense, or maybe you need to make your offense a little bit more friendlier for these guys so they can play for you. I don't know. You tell me. But I would like to see more Justice Terry. Yeah, Justice Terry had 7 snaps and 4 tackles.
4 tackles. Yep.
And it's just frustrating, man. Like, none of them can play. Like, we don't even see them getting rotated in. So you were calling out coaches, Chris.
Yeah.
Chris Jackson, what's up? What's up?
Thank you.
Where are they at? Because I saw the veterans out there dropping passes. Like, what's up?
I think Wingo's a 3. He's a boutique gadget receiver that we need to stop. If every time for us to win a big game, we have to depend on Ryan Wingo to have a big game. I mean, and I'm not saying anything against him. I'm saying against the coaches. He's not being prepped. Like if it's up to him for us to win a big game, it's not gonna happen. You know, and it's not his fault either. It's not his fault. But I'm sorry, man. There's too many drops. There's too many. You know, the guy still runs bad routes. You know, there's no speed. Where's DeAndre Moore? You know, I mean, Sark, when you have a concept that works, you take him out of the backfield, and we see that one time, and you don't do that again. It's just like, man, do that again until they stop you. See what they do. Go to somebody else with him coming out of the backfield. Like, it's just literally like, I haven't been this frustrated after a game in years.
Amizi, thank you for the super chat. I'm sorry I missed you earlier. A team this young has never competed for a ship. We are still overrating a team that needs time to develop. NIL doesn't speed up timeline.
Wait a minute, Steve. Georgia's younger than us.
Yes.
Right.
Hey, man, Georgia's
younger. Yeah, Georgia's younger. Georgia's younger than us, guys.
Georgia's younger than us, man.
Jordan Hall didn't even play on Saturday.
I'm sorry. I don't want to hear
mean,
that excuse. I don't want to hear that
CJ
excuse.
Allen
Georgia
left
Wade,
the game. They put a baby in there at linebacker, and they were
yeah.
fine.
Did they have 2 freshmen on their offensive line, Georgia?
You can't, come on, man. Gunnar Stockton's a first-year starter, just like everybody else was.
Yep.
Right? Nate Frazier at running back is literally a sophomore because he was a baby. They played him when he was a baby last year. The only people that are older is the hired help, right? The mercenaries they brought in, like Zachariah Branch and
Yeah.
Noah Thomas. Those are older guys. Oscar Delp's still. I mean, he's what, a second, third year player. Lawson Lucky is young. Elias Williams is a true freshman. Georgia's young. No, we cannot make this excuse. I love you, brother. You know I do, but this is an excuse. No, they're younger. Ohio State's not this old team. Didn't Ohio State in this? Now Ohio State does play in a, I'm not going to say a JV conference, but they don't play. They ain't getting bumped every week. I'll just leave it at that. They whooped our ass. They beat us twice. They didn't whoop our ass, but they beat us twice. So I'm gonna leave it at that. But Ohio State's young. Julian Saint's younger than everybody, and he's playing. He's a Heisman candidate. I don't want to hear youth as an excuse right now, because you can coach people up. Yes, relatively, it does take time. Yes, I agree for the most part. But how are these teams able to do it? OU's playing some young guys.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, am I tripping? Has Kenny Guillory, number 4 for OU, hasn't he been out there at corner by himself all year, hanging out, making mistakes, but making plays, growing? We can't make these excuses. Not when we came into the season with as much as we did bring back too. Right? Is it youth or just stubbornness that it took us as long as it did to get to the rotation that we now have on the offensive line? What is that? I'm not going to blame that on youth. They should have had that. They should have got to that lineup much quicker than they did. That's a coaching problem. You are 135th in penalties. I'm not blaming that on being young.
Not at all.
No. We're acting like the whole team is nothing but people from the 2024-2025 class. That is not the case.
He won't even play his freshman hardly. That's what we just got to talking about.
We just talked about wanting to play more young guys.
He need to play more. Yeah.
So I'm not trying to beat you up, but I violently disagree with this. I'm sorry.
Hey, Steve, let me bring this into perspective, and I don't want to beat you up either, my brother. But let me tell you this: you know why they put us number 1? A lot of the people put us number 1 because everything coming into college football this year was even. Everybody, Ohio State was breaking in a new quarterback. Michigan was breaking in a new quarterback. All of these teams that was ranked, Georgia was breaking in a new quarterback. Alabama was breaking in a new quarterback. Everybody had lost. Georgia lost more play. Georgia and us lost about the same amount of players to the NFL draft. So they was like, Texas been recruiting well. They got all.
You had people that had Georgia outside the top 10 to start the season.
That's exactly right.
I did videos.
That's why we was preseason ranked number 1, because what we had, everybody was pretty much, it was an even playing field. The only one, ironically, Steve, that had more players than anybody coming back. Y'all want to know who it was? Clemson. Clemson had 18 starters coming back. But as Homer said and somebody else said, it's Sark's fault because you didn't go to the portal and address the situation on the offensive line. But you guys want to know the teams that are winning? Take a wild guess. The ones that went to the portal. Ohio State went to the portal and got offensive linemen. Indiana went to the portal and got offensive linemen. A&M, I can go to A&M, rebuilt their whole offense out the portal.
Offense.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, we don't have to. This is not 5 years ago where you got to wait on kids to develop to get good. That's what the portal was there for. Go to the portal, address the issue, and move on. If you hurt some feelings, too bad. Go get somebody out the portal. Hey, man, we appreciate you. You don't want to stay here and wait? No problem, brother. Hey, go to the portal, get another guy.
Also go to the G5. Don't be afraid. You know, Ohio State guys, they got guys from Rice. They got guys from Texas State who Sark and Flood were like, oh, they can't play here. Wow. Really? Really? Come on, man. Like, don't be afraid. You know, get Nate Kibble a big brother that's going to be here for a year, that he can sit behind and he can literally watch and say, hey, this is how you do this, you know, and then hopefully Kibble and those guys are ready in 27.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, man, Brandon Baker, I mean, he had a lot of penalties, and he's part of the reason why we're 135 out of 136 in penalties. But, man, that kid, I like what we have at the tackles. I
I agree. Long term, we're good. Yep. We should be good. We should be good. I agree. I do agree. Amizi said I got jumped again. No, you know what? You introduced good combo.
No, that was good conversation, brother. I'm sorry. And I don't want you to think that. No, I don't want you to think that. Nah, bro.
No, we like that all the
time. And I
love you in private, bro. Like we're worse than this. This is no, you're good.
Yeah.
Mark B, the difference here is, and thank you for the dollars. We appreciate it. Donations. When Jonte Cook dropped the ball, he lost playing time. Wingo still on the field. Brother, we don't have all the.
We had a loaded room.
We had a loaded room.
Yeah.
And it's a different it's a different time. But I do appreciate you're not wrong. So Deddy Price, you bring up, this is kind of one of the next topics I wanted to hit on. Does the Heat get turned up on Sark if OU or A&M wins a natty? If they do win, how does Texas counter that as far as portal and coaching? So this is in the neighborhood of what I wanted to discuss with you guys. But I'm not going to say the Heat's already up in terms of wanting him to make changes. Okay? So we'll leave it at that. That's not my point. One thing that we know about the Texas people, especially the people with the money, they do not like to be embarrassed, especially with their big money friends at other schools. And now, in the same year that Texas was ranked number one coming into whether you agreed with it or not, they were ranked number one coming to 2025. I thought Vashon just brilliantly explained why. Okay. In that same year, it is looking like, because nothing's guaranteed yet, but so far it looks like OU's going to make the playoffs. A&M's going to make the playoffs. Texas Tech is going to make the playoffs. That's not.
North Texas is in the running right now, guys.
North Texas is in the running.
North Texas, bro. Drew, what's his name? Drew Mestermaker from Austin.
Yep.
Who didn't even start in high school. That's a crazy story altogether. But North Texas is is hanging around. They're in the conversation. This is a bad look, especially considering the money invested. Sorry. It is what it is. It's a bad look. It's a bad look when everybody does that. Ed B, I don't think anybody's saying fire Sark. We're saying
we're not saying that.
We're saying he's got to adjust.
You can't change your ways.
Yeah. We're not saying that. Ed B, let me say it like this too, bro. You remember the rumor that came out against the Vanderbilt game, Ed B? Who you think put that rumor out there?
Oh no, that was after the Kentucky game. I know what you're talking about.
I'm sorry, after the Kentucky. It was before the Kentucky game, right?
And everybody said Diana Rossini was full of ish.
Now you got DT from the Football Brainiacs writing about the exact same thing, and he said Ed B, he checked another source, and it is true that Jimmy Sexton is running Sark's name across the NFL. So it's not about Texas trying to fire Sark. It looked like Sark, and this is why I kind of get upset at Steve. It looked like Sark's looking for a way out, Ed B. In the middle of a season. Guys, I'm gonna tell y'all this. Look, guys, and we can some people say, well, I believe Sark. Sark said it wasn't true. But let me tell you what's a fact. If he goes to an NFL, if he leaves and he goes to an NFL, Ed B and anybody that has Sark back, he lied to y'all. He
Yep.
lied to us. He was looking for a new job while he was coaching in the middle of a season. He saw that things was getting a little shaky. He didn't want to be told what to do. And y'all notice the way his press conferences has been going. It don't sound like Sark the first 4 years.
No,
This
it
sounds like
doesn't.
a completely different Sark. He's full of excuses. He's always talking about this and this. Well, ask them if they went to the swamp and played in the swamp. I've never heard Sark make excuses like that. He's all defensive about his team lack of preparation. Hey man, you ranked 135th in penalties. Your team is underachieving. Well, what do you mean by underachieving? It was ranked number 1, guys. This Sark to me sounds like a guy that's looking for a way out. It's not the school. See, don't change the narrative like, the fans want Sark fired and the coaches want. No. That rumor came out, guys. It had to come from Sark's side. And everybody beat that lady down. Oh man, she put that out. But I'm telling you, she had a source inside one of those NFL. Jimmy Sexton, why would you run his name if he's not looking for a way out? Why even talk to NFL scouts? If you're not looking for a way out, Sark, you just signed a thing, but all the stuff is getting a little heat. Come on, Sark. But the truth will come out, though, Steve and Simp. It's going to come out at the end of the season.
Yeah.
And guys, all of y'all that thought Sark would just had Texas' back, y'all going to really be hot. Yeah. I'm telling you. There's smoke, there's fire, guys. And Ahmad, everybody was talking about this buyout. But guess what? I don't know the situation, but if the Titans, let's say he does go to the NFL.
It's mutual.
If it's a mutual agreement, we're going to just say go.
Yeah,
go.
That means we settled on whatever.
That means we settled with him.
Look, you guys can say fake news, blah, blah, blah. We just, look, I'm listen, Diana Rossini, we're talking about people, forget Desmond Howard. Diana Rossini is a credible, long-term NFL reporter. This is not some random Twitter account. Y'all were like this. Why are y'all acting like we haven't seen coaches lie before? Oh, it's because it's Texas. You don't think that can happen at Texas? We have seen coaches literally lie, float something, or the agent floats something, right? The reporter gets wind of it because she's plugged in. And all she says is, "Hey, there's some conversations," and people are like, "Oh, she's just making that up." Blah blah blah. Now there's more smoke. But here's the thing. Here's the reality. The coach told you. It goes back to what is causing the issue. The coach told you, "I am here to call plays."
Yep, I agree with Homer. That was a warning. I agree with that, Homer. Yeah. Oh no, put that. But look, but guys, Homer. Anybody that hear this, let me say this real quick, Sim. Sark, if that is a threat to the Texas Brass to get off your back, you just screwed your recruiting, brother. That was a selfish move. Mm-hmm. That was a selfish move. Hey, Sark, I'm going to go ahead and leak that information. You was talking to some NFL coaches, won't you? But you're only hurting yourself. You're only hurting yourself. You're not helping the team. And that's why I'm telling y'all, Sark is a different person. USC-like. I'm gonna leave that alone, Sim. But to get back, I'm gonna leave that alone. But I think you asked the question real quick, and I forgot the point we was talking about. We talked about Sark maybe leaving.
JB said, "Remember when Brian Kelly lied and left Cincinnati during a bowl game and they were undefeated? Y'all remember that?
Bingo.
Yep. People lie.
Coaches lie all the time. All the time. And we just, man, he said he wasn't going anywhere. Man, you must ain't seen the last. Man, I used to say, Chris Jackson, our wide receiver coach, literally came on the new. I'll never forget, they interviewed him when he was at Jacksonville. He's like, I ain't going away. I ain't interested in no Texas job. And the next week he was at Texas.
While they were negotiating the contract, while they were
Why
finishing
you
the contract,
dude just come on in, told a bold
flat
face
out lied
lie.
to Jacksonville. Flat out lied.
Just flat out lied, man.
Well, why do you
God,
think
these coaches.
why do you think the NCAA allow these kids to be able to transfer now without 10 out a year? Because of all these coaches that lied and said
Ed
they're
B,
going
I'm
to
not
be
gonna
there.
go
That's
there,
the
Ed
reason
B.
why.
Don't go there, Ed B. I saw what you posted, Ed B. I'm gonna leave that alone, Sam. Look, Indiana again. I'll leave it alone.
I'm gonna leave that
Nah,
alone as well.
yeah.
Well, Homer's spot on here, guys. Just pay. I'm just asking you guys to walk with us and pay attention.
Yeah.
Okay. The moment after that Kentucky game, this guy does not play about this. Okay. You could say a lot of crap about Sark, but once you start coming for the play calling stuff, go watch the Urban Meyer interview. The way he answers that question, Urban Meyer's just like, man, what changed? And he was so ready to talk about himself.
Yeah.
That's not normal, bro. That's not normal. That's not this
No.
zero. Yo,
No.
he was like Jameis Winston that year. He threw 30 picks, and he was like, "But I have 5,000 yards and 30 touchdowns. I'm balling, bro." That's Sark.
Yeah.
Are y'all watching these games? I'm balling. Don't ask me about the 30 picks. Ask me about the 30 TDs and the 5,000 yards I just threw for.
Yeah.
They all have all these coaches. First, by the way, in order to get to this level, you probably need to have a massive ego. You don't think Kirby Smart has a massive ego? All of them do. The good ones, the best Saban had an ego. Somebody just brought up Saban in Miami. Remember that?
Yep.
Right? Like him leaving in the middle of the night. Like, guys, and look, I hope we can work I want him to stay.
Yeah.
But
I don't want to reset either. Yeah, I don't want to reset either. Yeah.
I want him to stay. And I think he can be I think he's already done a terrific job here at Texas. But people use the media more so than ever before, whether it's sports, politics, pop culture. People use the media as a tool and a weapon. Please understand this, y'all. Please understand this. Do y'all remember a year ago after the Georgia game the first time and Quinn got benched? Y'all remember that?
Mm-hmm.
What happened the following week? 247 gets hacked. That Quinn Ewers is going to leave Texas and start NFL.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yep.
Let's just say that was the story that was reported.
Yeah.
But that's not what happened.
Yeah.
Okay? They threatened. He's not here anymore. I'm going to say it. He threatened Sark. Don't you ever freaking bench me again. Do you know what can do? Like, just like Casey Thompson unpacked his locker in 2021 when he didn't win the job after the Arkansas. And he was like, look, either y'all are SOL or you start me. The Texas, Tope's talked about it on this channel. He's lockers right next to Casey's. He's like, he literally took all these dudes. People are like, it is a nasty game behind the scenes, guys.
It is.
But it's a nasty game. But like all of a sudden, 247 got hacked, right? Quinn was like, not Quinn himself, but his camp, his agent, his camp.
Yeah.
They were like, don't you ever put him on the bench again. That was a shot fired.
Yeah.
And so Sark all he did was do the same thing. Don't you ever talk about me not calling plays again if you want me to stay here.
Yep.
Y'all talk about something. Am I losing games? Are we like now? Once we get into that, I think that's part of his problem too. It's like I made the playoffs twice. I've built Texas to this point. Can y'all chill on us having a messy offense this year? Can y'all chill on some of the personal stuff and give me grace? But college football doesn't work like that. And
it don't work like that, brother.
Here's a
It
newsflash.
don't
If y'all
work
think
like that.
y'all think it's bad at Texas, let me introduce you to a little secret. If Ohio State had not won the national championship last year, Ryan Day was going to get fired.
Mm-hmm.
He literally had to win a national championship to keep his job. These people, we are not Ohio State in terms of crazy. Ohio State was done losing to Michigan. And he better beat Michigan this year, by the way. There cannot be no fugazi happening in that game. They have not beaten Michigan since COVID. They were ready to fire this man.
Yeah.
We all heard multiple people say this.
Mm-hmm. And he
Credible
gave up
people.
OC. Hey, he gave
He
up
did
play
everything.
calling.
He gave it all up.
He
You're talking about
gave up
somebody
play
with like a
calling.
90% career winning percentage.
Yeah.
And they were like, you don't beat Michigan, you're out of here, buddy. And the only way he could save his job was to win the playoff.
To win out. Yep.
So,
Hey guys, when was the last time our offense wasn't messy under Sark? Is it 2023 pre Jonathan Brooks? Like I'm just trying to think about. We're talking about of late. It hadn't been good in a long time. It was so bad last year that Sark gave us this quote that he was like, because they were asking. I think it was the Kentucky game, and then the A&M game came afterwards. And he just started. Me and Rashawn were talking about, man, he trusts that defense. Man, he trusts that defense. He's just like he's not gonna have a chance of throwing it away. I mean,
Yeah.
is it did he trust the defense or is it he just didn't trust the offense and he didn't trust himself? Like when if he felt comfortable about himself? Either we're gonna win it his way or we ain't got a chance of winning. That's pretty much what he's telling us. So I mean, if that's the case, man, I mean, hey, brother, I love it. I love Sark. I wish we don't. I mean, there's so many more problems. I know we're talking like we want him gone. If we have to start over and get another coach, man, there's so many recruits we're gonna lose. It's gonna be decommitment season. Like I don't want to do that. I mean, if he does the necessary steps that we're talking about, I'm willing to forget a lot of this stuff that's happened. I'm willing to forget the narcissist, him being a narcissist and not taking any blame. If he's willing to look at himself in the mirror, reevaluate everything, and change himself. But if he's not, I'm sorry. Like I just like, why are we? No, how many years do we have on this earth? Like, I mean, I hope to live a long time, but I just years like this, like it takes days off your life, man. I just want to win. It ain't that hard. You have a portal. You can get in the portal. You can buy players. Come on. I like this is the most speechless I've been on all these that we've done. I just don't even know what to say. I'm just frustrated.
He's proving it again this year with Emmett Mosley.
Yep.
When he just gets somebody that's smart and knows how to play ball and knows where to go, right? He can cook with those people. He's cooked every single one of them that's come in here. He's cooked with those receivers.
Yeah.
But their egos, and Homer's right, their egos are. We're still dealing with human beings, sadly. As gifted as they are, and yes, Sark is gifted, or else we wouldn't be mad right now if he wasn't gifted. If we didn't believe in Sark, we wouldn't be mad right now. It'd just be fire the guy.
Exactly.
All of this drama is because we are actually saying we want to make your job easier. Think about it. All of this drama is because we're like, bro, we just want to get you some help so that you can lock in on the more macro stuff. That's all we're saying. Not, if you're saying fire Sark, I'm not on board with that. And I don't hear that massive. That's not the cry from Texas fans. So if you're here from another team or you're watching from another platform, please understand this drama is directly, and the boosters feel this way. The boosters in this case are correct. Your ass needs help. We're just trying to get you some help, okay? Can you eat? Can you work with us here? Who do you want? We'll go buy the guy.
We'll go get him. We'll go buy him.
But you need help. You can't. You're not this mad scientist that you think you are. And that's okay. But we need you to be the best head coach for Texas so we can get over the hump like the other schools did. That's all we're asking for. But his ego is a problem right now. And I'm gonna tell you this too, when we talk about just ego stuff. You know why they wanted to go with some of these young boys? And this is me being speculative, okay? but I'm gonna share my opinion because I'm studying human behavior right now. They heard the noise about Texas don't develop young boys. Texas only cooks with transfer portal receivers. So what do these dudes do? I'll show you. I'll show you. Watch this.
Yeah.
And they start lying. That's when they start lying. That's when they start telling you that, man, Parker Livingston's the greatest receiver of all time. Blah, blah, blah. And I'm not trying to shit on our guys, right? But they lied. Okay. Whereas it's like, hey, Parker's a developing good receiver, but he's got a ways to go. He's got to work on his body. He's got to work on his catch radius. But there's some things he can do. He's going to be a nice player for us. But you probably could have gone and gotten a real boundary. Just saying. You probably like.
Shoot, I would have took Eric Singleton over there at Auburn. They ain't doing nothing with him.
Like
hey,
Georgia,
like somebody
Georgia
said,
had to come to Jesus and said, "Look, Dylan Bell was our wide receiver one last year.
Yeah,
we led the nation in drops. Okay, maybe the boy's talented. We'll still use him, but you're going to be the jet sweep guy. You're going to be the quick out guy. He's what, wide receiver 3. Noah Thomas is 2. Zachariah Branch is 1. We went and got some pro guys in here. Texas A&M did the exact same thing. Concepcion. Mario Craver was sitting there. Anybody could have Mario Craver. I think he was the only offer he freaking got was A&M themselves when he left Mississippi State. And look at that kid. He's a stud. And then you look at, and then they got the younger guys that can play behind them that are developing. Ahmad Harvey's a good one.
Yeah.
Why didn't we get greedy and take him after we watched him play us when he was at Monroe?
He played against us, yeah.
And we all knew after we watched that kid, Ahmad Hardy, who's now at Mizzou, after we all watched that kid, everybody was like, he's going to be an SEC running back next year. Why isn't he on Texas?
He wouldn't even have to go all the way to Missouri. He's been close to home. Is he from? Come on, I mean, man.
I'll tell you this: if Sark's going to stay and this drama can subside and they work something out, hopefully emotions can calm down because I think everybody's just too emotional right now because we just lost it feels like we lost a big part of the goals for this season. But if people can calm down and let Sark continue to do this, I hope we are tampering our asses off. I hope. Mm-hmm. Have you contacted Caden Durham yet? Because if not, you're too late. Have you contacted Cam Coleman yet? Have you take your pick of the Florida kids.
Dallas Wilson, let's go. Come on.
Go get some Florida kids. Okay? Like all those linemen that were whooping your butt, like they just need structure. Go bring them in here. Y'all better be tampering. Because I know Kirby is.
Yeah.
And you know Kirby probably has the jump on the Florida kids now because Billy Napier was hanging out with him, which is just smart business.
Hey, I want to address AJ and I'm not AJ and I'm not trying to call you out, but I want to say this real quick, brother. Number one, this is year 5 for Sark. Let's talk some facts, AJ. This is year 5. We was ranked preseason number 1. Yes, we lost to Georgia. We got no. Yes, we got beat up at Georgia. Come out with 2 black eyes. We got beat up. We got embarrassed on national TV, 35-10. It wasn't just a loss. It was how we lost.
The eye test. Yep.
We lost the eye test. We lost three times to Georgia. We cannot get over the hump against Georgia. Then we lose to Florida on national TV. 3-7, whatever Georgia is, 3-7. We know Florida's pretty good. They can play with people. Then we have to go to overtime to beat Kentucky. Okay, we overlooked that. Okay, man, you know what I'm saying? And look, we let Vanderbilt come back. So the point we're trying to make, yes, we know Sark has a resume coming up to this point, but what we're talking about is he can't get over the hump. When he plays a team with equal talent that I'm talking about talent that he has, he can't beat them. Or if they had better talent, he can't beat them. The Ohio States, the Georgias. Now, somebody mentioned, yeah, we beat Alabama years ago. We did. We sure did.
That was the
Great.
one. That's the one off.
That's the one off. That's the one off. But guys, if you go down the line, every time he matches up, I mean, Washington, he couldn't beat the board. He's 0-2 against the board.
Yep.
I mean, these are just facts. So what we're just trying to say is, man, when you're tapped out, you're tapped out. And I'm going to tell you right now, if Texas Tech, A&M, and what's the other, Oklahoma, all make the college football playoff, and one of them win it, just like Steve said, rich people, they don't like that. Because when they go to their golf clubs and they go all of these non-profit organizations where they spend money
and they see their
and they
Texas
get the
Tech buddy, they see Cody
Yeah.
Campbell out there.
Exactly. Bro, I'm telling y'all now, the donors are gonna go crazy. Y'all want to see a $40-50 million roster? Let Texas Tech win it this year. Let A&M win it this year. I don't think Oklahoma can, but let one of them win it this year. You talking about you might see a $40 million roster and let something happen, because I'm telling you, they're not going to like it. And that seat in Austin will be warm. That's all we're talking about, AJ. Let's compare Sark to Kirby. You know what Kirby was doing in year 5? Kirby was trending up. Texas doing this. It went up. Now is this a one-off year? Who knows? Maybe it's a one-off year. Somebody already tried the young thing. Georgia is younger than us, so we couldn't use that one. Everybody broke in new quarterbacks this year except for Clemson. So it's just really no excuses for. And then what we're talking about also too, AJ, we're horrible in penalties. We rank 135th in the country in penalties. That's all on coaching. That's not on, to me, it's not on them young men. That's on these coaches not preparing them. Now, it is on some of them. They get some blame too. But that's why we having these conversations. And it also started with Sark, the one put the rumor out there that he's talking to NFL coaches. And as Homer rightly stated, that was just a shot to say, hey, leave me alone. But he bringing these stuff up. So that's why we're on Sark, bro. It's not like nobody's saying we're going to fire Sark, none of that. We don't want to fire. We want Sark to get some help. Now, I'm going to address this real quick because Homer brought up a good point. His homeboys, McVay, Shanahan, and McDaniel. You know, the three things that's common with those coaches, guys, those are all great play callers and head coaches, right? And they all come from the same coaching tree. They're all in the NFL, except for Sark. Shanahan, McVay, and McDaniel, they don't have to worry about no transfer portal. They don't have to worry about recruiting. They don't have to worry about none of that. Matter of fact, nowadays, guys, I don't know if y'all know, college football has become year-round, 365 days, because the people that you recruit, you got to continue to, the people you sign, you got to continue to recruit them through the whistle. Matter of fact, it's going to be guys who want to leave this year that's going to want some new contracts. I guarantee you, it's going to happen. So it's just too much of your time in college football. And that's why the NFL, a lot of coaches, it's easier to do. It's easy to call plays in the NFL. You're only working 6 months out of the year. And you got a whole staff of professional people helping you.
And
but anyway,
players
I just want to say that.
Yeah, I mean, and also if you're coaching the right quarterback in the NFL, these guys have super brains now. Like it's a completely different, like when he was coaching Matt Ryan, for example, right? He doesn't have to tell Matt Ryan certain things. He can just call his play and then remind him that he can it's like teaching algebra in high school versus being a professor in college, right? The level of engagement from your students is going to be totally different. You're gonna have to handhold in high school. Half those kids don't even want to be in that class. But when you're teaching in college, those are people that are probably majoring in that. Like they want to go and work in that profession. It's a totally different energy in the room. Let's also get that. And I understand guys are getting paid and but it's still a difference of level. That's why so few. I mean, it's still a very small percentage that even get to the NFL. It's very, very serious. So he does all he has to do is make sure he's focused on his stuff versus the opposing other person that's playing chess, right? On the defense. But here, I mean, you gotta hold these kids. There's a lot. That's why Saban had that intimidation factor because the kids knew, yo, if I mess up, like what's gonna happen, right? Like there was, and it was bred into the culture, right? You hear Kirby, listen to Kirby just talk in general. He's probably talking about something violent or physical or whatever because that's what he wants from his football team. And he has to repeat that message over and over and over. There are times where I feel like Sark almost, I know he wants to be the NFL institution, but there's times where I think he gives them a little too much trust and he treats them a little too much like they're already in the pros, right? And then they miss a detail. You know what I mean? Or so it's those are things that got to get tightened up. We're gonna wrap up because I got to get ready for the Cowboys game. Let me ask you guys this. Let me make sure I got everything on the agenda we wanted to talk about. No, we did. We did. All right. So, D Money can't get money. Thank you for the super chat. You said, "Is it weird? I'm not worried about A&M. I'm worried about Arkansas. I hope we lock in and beat them. That's what I'm worried about. I'm sorry, no disrespect, but I don't want to hear about A&M. That game can wait. We gotta win and like rebuild some trust here right now because the team we're about to play is a bad but dangerous team. They lose every game, but people aren't blowing Arkansas out, and Arkansas seems to get 3 to 4 explosive plays on people every single week. So we need to lock in these last 2 home games and give ourselves a chance if Quentin wants to make the playoffs. Parting thoughts. Who wants to go first?
You take it, Rashawn.
Man, just it's literally 1 week at a time.
It is.
We got massive holes. We know that. We try to we all talked about that, guys. We can't hold anybody in the secondary. I'm sorry. I'm just going to speak a fact. So what we're going to have to do is we're basically Texas is going to have to win around that. We're going to have to get after the quarterback. We're going to have to blitz a little more. We're going to put a little more pressure. Arkansas is explosive. They're dangerous. This is the type of team that gives us problems because they can throw the ball. That's why I thought we would do better against Georgia because they like to run the ball, but Georgia opened it up and start passing on us. So, I mean, they're like, oh, shoot, it's a mismatch, just passing on them. So everybody knows the blueprint to beat us. Guys, I don't know what they're going to do in the secondary. I really don't. Either call something where everybody know what to run, make it simple for them because they can't even run man to man. They can't even do switch routes. I just don't know. I have no answers, guys. I really don't. It's just that bad. But I do still believe we can. Call me crazy. We can still win these last 2 games, but we do play better at home. We play a lot better at home this year. The opposite of how we was years before. We used to play better on the road, but this year we play better at home. So just making a plea for everybody, get out there. Man, let's get loud. It's Arkansas. We got 2 rivals. 2 rivals. Arkansas and A&M coming up. Let's go one at a time. Arkansas, 2 o'clock. Let's just get out there and do it, guys. But I'm going to tell you this, too. If this team come out there and suck it up Saturday, y'all thought this was bad. Y'all thought tonight was bad. But I will also say then too. Hey, I'm gonna throw this out there, Steve. It's a little rumor for y'all.
It's a must-win
I hate
game, by the way. Just throwing that out there for
yeah, yeah.
just
It's a
so
must-win
it's
game.
said.
It's somebody told me the coaches are not recruiting some of the newer guys like they was earlier in the year. That's just a little tidbit for y'all. I don't know. I'm just going by a coach that told me this. He said, "Man, Texas, you know, they kind of mailed it in for the 2026 guys and the 27 guys." Now it could be some of them coaches know they're fired, they're gone,
Oh,
or something else. Yeah.
that's so I do want to address that. I don't even
But
think that's a rumor. I think that they know that some sort of staff changes are coming. Let's be honest,
mhm.
2026, some of these recent decommits that you've seen, people are getting ahead of things, and we need to pay attention to what's his name, Turntine, the
Yep.
North Crowley.
Yes,
We
we
need
better
to
pay
pay
attention.
attention to him. Okay,
Yeah,
that is not. I'm concerned there, but
yeah.
2027. Honestly, right now, and you ask who's our master recruiter, it's the bag. Right now, that's how it's the bag
That's
because,
ain't hey, that's Texas Tech's biggest one. Tech be like, hey,
and
here
that's
you go.
and Tech is playing it at is it's just that's what they're doing too, right? So because I also asked, I was like, hey, if like let's say something happens to Nansen or whoever, what happens with Tyler Atkinson? They were like, nah, he's good. His NIL's locked in. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter the coach. So there's the bag is keeping us afloat right now. This
Mhm.
2026 class is what we're eighth right now. It's a top heavy class, in my opinion, in terms of where like we have some guys that can play right away. I mean, I at least I think so. Or they're going to need to play right away in that class, especially Tyler Atkinson and the running back from Florida. But yeah, we pay. That's the other thing, guys. If you think what we're saying is BS around Sark, then pay attention to the recruiting. Because if you're blowing it up in recruiting, you plan on being there. Duh.
Mm-hmm.
And if your
Mm-hmm.
recruiting is like all of a sudden just crickets for the next couple of years, do the math. Do the math. So I'm glad you brought that up. Chris, go ahead.
Man, we're an hour 42 in, and this is probably the most speechless or less I've ever had to say on any of these, man. Because I'm sorry, like I've been overwhelmed all weekend by what happened on Saturday, man. Um, I don't think Sark realized how serious we were about football, how serious we are about our rivals. The fact that Texas Tech, Oklahoma, A&M, and UNT are all in playoff hunt, and we're not. I mean, this is like, man, I'm speechless. I'm speechless. And like Vashawn just said, if what he said is true, which I believe him, man, like man, Jeff Traylor's my guy. Jeff Traylor's my guy. Get a guy who knows, who's coached at Texas before, but also who wants to be at Texas. I honestly feel like we were that step for Sark to get to where he needed to get, no matter what. If he'd won a national championship in 2023, I think he was gone. You know, the times have changed with NIL and everything, and I get it. But I mean, I just want someone that's here for Texas, you know, and on for the remainder of the season. Sark, if you're here for Texas, hey man, go in and take care of Arkansas. Make it 1 week at a time. Go in there. Honestly, I would have rather lost to Georgia than A&M. You better bring it. You better bring it. And let's say we do finish 9-3, and let's say we don't make the playoffs, but these next 3 games on offense, we kill it, and we end up 10-3. Let's not forget this year. Let's not forget our weaknesses. You got to reinvent yourself, man. The biggest thing, I mean, I was always the biggest Ryan Day critic, but I mean, man, give me a guy that's humble, that has the means like Ohio State does. Man, I'll be a happy man. I can't do this anymore. We can't live like this. This is not good. Like we're changing nicknames on our page every day like crazy. Like this is not fun. This is not fun. Give me a humble coach that wants to be here, that wants to recruit for Texas, and I'm a happy man. I mean, Sark, thank you for what you've done. I am very grateful. you know, and I hope, you know, Texas was good to you. But man, it's time. You know, step up or go.
I appreciate that. Cowboys just kicked off and they're starting with the football, so I got it on my little screen right here. But I'm gonna say this, Vashawn, knock it off. I saw that.
I'm not gonna say nothing.
I saw that.
Hey, we lost too. Hey, I wasn't gonna say to myself, oh, we
I
lost.
went overseas and lost.
Yeah.
My parting thoughts, I do want to end with a positive, because and David Vaughn, thank you for you know, just again sharing that. That was really, really cool.
Yeah.
Again, we're here talking football, right? And we're all passionate because this team is a big important piece of our lives and how we all connect with each other. But that's still the most important thing. So, but in terms of a positive, I am proud of certain players on this team, and I think the leadership from those players is helping us stay afloat. I mean, Colin Simmons had himself a day yet again, and he's now one sack away from 10 double-digit sacks. He's at 9 now after the sack he got versus Georgia. So I'm just excited, man. Like with his development, Anthony Hill, that's going to be tough with the broken hand issue. I haven't spoken on it too much because I want to wait for more details. But that'd be a huge loss for us, especially against A&M, if he's gone. But in terms of positives, Arch's toughness, guys, we got a quarterback.
Yep.
We have a quarterback, and we have a quarterback that was actually out there competing and was ready to go off versus Georgia if he had been given the opportunity. And we have somebody we can build around. I think he's going to be an attractive piece for other receivers to want to come play with in the portal, knowing his growth and upside as a player. You brought up the tackles. I mean, the tackles are promising at least, right? Like, so there's some stuff here to work with. We're not devoid of talent, but we need a lot of tune-ups and some ballers, like Homer said, to come in the portal. Mark B said here, it's the last super chat for the day. What's your thoughts on Baxter? Appreciate his toughness. Appreciate him playing this year. Thought he should have redshirted.
Yep.
Thought he should have got his body all the way right. It's clear that he is not nowhere near the player that he was in 2023 as of right now. And it's going to take some time. It's going to continue to take time. But you can't wait on people. You can't. I'm sorry. Hurt feelings. If like, what's his face? They were honest with Jared Gibson. So I mean, be honest with me. We're trying to win. If you're not ready to ball, so what? I mean, we got to keep it moving. So that's all I wanted to. Not every single Ohio State receiver's worked out. They've had some that have busted that they've moved on very, very quickly. Because also as a big time receiver going to Heartline's room, you're going to play with the best of the best. If you're not on your ish, number one receiver in the following class is coming in behind you. We don't have time to wait for you, Bubba. Either you're gonna cook or you're out of here. Like, it's very, very, like, that's how they do business. Am I lying, Chris?
You're right.
So
yeah,
y'all need to understand, like, the I will never ever tolerate again when I throw out a name of a proof, like say Cam Coleman or somebody that we know is a baller, and y'all sit up here and say, "Man, we got Khalil Lockett by the ball, bro." Nah, bro, that's disrespectful, bro. We need to stop that at Texas. Yeah. We've done that too much at too many different people all over the roster. Like, hey man, let's bring in Ahmad Hardy. Well, we got CJ, we got Wiseman, we got all these people. I'm like,
stop doing that.
Stop doing that.
Let's get better.
Yeah. Competition, iron sharpens iron, man.
Right. Bring them in.
We do that a lot, Steve. Oh, well, we got them. I want to see what they can do. If they, hey man, Sim, oh man, I want to see what Neto could do, man. I don't want to bring nobody in. Newsflash: Neto hadn't played in 4 years.
None.
And we just automatically assume they're good, right?
Automatically.
Because of rankings, star rankings, man. That's why.
So yeah, that's my message. Well, thank you guys for joining. Where can the people find you at, Chris?
Unfiltered Longhorn Nation on Facebook.
Yep.
Just come on in, man. We're doing it all the time. We're talking ball. We're talking ball. Donald Herring's the man. We're talking ball.
And for people that don't understand, they are a Facebook page. It's not a podcast. Because somebody's asking, they can't find y'all's podcast. Y'all come on here when y'all will record stuff and put it on the page, but it is a very active Facebook page and community. They do a good job. Chris and Vashawn are like the senior admins on there, so they make sure that if there's like a fake story or somebody posts them, they do a good job of like monitoring and getting crap out of there and keeping the page updated on a daily basis. So thankful for what you guys do over there on Unfiltered. Y'all, I'm about to go watch the Cowboys and have a good night and spend some time with my wife. Appreciate y'all coming on. Remember, horns always up. Hook 'em.
Welcome.
Welcome.